And me at home.
What am I talking about? Oh, watch the space. Hear this.
You are listening to Soweto FM, the voice of Mzansi and abroad.
Right. I'm sure you're wondering and asking yourself, this interruption, why am I actually interrupting the show whilst it's actually on motion? It's because now, like I said earlier on, we got something special that is actually coming for you and for you to listening in and you getting more information regarding what is happening in your space, especially when it comes to social media. Right. With me, of course, I got something that we are going to share this morning, right? What do I have? Though it must be a question that you're having, right? I've got a Master of Social Science graduate in industrial, that is sociology, labor studies, currently working with the South African Human Rights Commission. She once served as a junior project manager and has a strong background in technical services and public relations. And then who am I talking about? Today we're engaging and talking about social media and rights violation. Allow me to welcome Bongiwe Ndumiso Kumete to Soweto FM, who is an advocacy and research officer. Good morning, Bongiwe.
Good morning. I was almost not sure that you were introducing me, but good
Really?
morning.
I was actually waiting for that, Bongiwe, that you're going to say that. You're not expecting that, eh?
Yeah, okay. No,
That's
but
more.
I appreciate it, but I was not expecting it. Thank you.
You're welcome, Bongiwe. Bongiwe, yes, we are actually here at Soweto FM. I would like to thank you for taking time, that is, to speak to us and chat to us regarding what is our day-to-day livelihood, and especially when it comes to technology and social media, right? Yes, these are some of the things that we actually encounter in our communities when it comes to not understanding really what is happening around us, especially when to talk, what to say, and when to do what, and all that. But first things first, ma'am. I'm sure there's somebody who would like to know what is. Can you give us initially a brief introduction about the South African Human Rights Commission and its mandate?
Sure. Thank you so much for having me this morning.
Mm-hmm.
So we are the South African Human Rights Commission. We are a Chapter 9 institution. And what this means basically is that we are an independent institution that is set up to support constitutional democracy.
Right.
And if I'm breaking that down a bit more, we are an institution that makes sure that people know what their human rights are.
Mm-hmm.
They know where to go when those human rights have been violated, and also assist the Commission in monitoring the observance of human rights. So Mina specifically, I'm from the Gauteng Provincial Office,
Okay.
but there is a Human Rights Commission in every single province. So if you want to get more information or you want to lodge a complaint with the Human Rights Commission, there is a commission in every province.
Oh, beautiful. So, in summary, just it's mainly to promote and respect that is human rights. Am I correct?
So we have three legs of the commission, is how I like to put it. So
Okay.
The first part is to promote. By promoting, we mean we let people know what do we mean when we talk about human rights. Gulula for everyone to just say I have rights. But what do we mean when we say you have human rights and the responsibilities that come with those rights?
Yes.
So that's the promotion side, making sure children know, our elder people know, as well as the youth know what it is we're talking about when we're talking about human rights.
Okay.
Then once you know what those rights are, it's possible for you to pick up when those rights are being violated or there's something infringing or disrupting those rights.
Oh.
That's then the protection mandate. So that's where the lawyers come in. That's when you're going to be taken to court, etc. So that's the protection side of our mandate. And then lastly, we have the monitoring of mandates. So for example, when there's service delivery challenges in our communities, or we go into schools to check whether or not the infrastructure is okay in the schools, police stations, etc. So all of those three mandates or functions work together. We promote, make sure people know what their rights are. We protect to ensure that those rights are secure and protected. And then lastly, we monitor to ensure that those rights are being respected in different spaces.
Oh, beautiful. I was not sure. Now I know basically that I am protected. I was not sure that I'm protected, at any time.
You're covered.
Right, beautiful. Now, we're going to take it to social media, right? What is, somebody might ask this question, that what is social media, right? And why is the commission focusing on social media itself?
Yeah, so when we're talking about the social media, we're talking about internet platforms or applications, or AMA apps, as we like to call them.
Yes.
It's basically a platform that uses the internet as a means of connecting people, sharing information, as well as just feeling closer to people who are far away. So in this month of February, what the Gauteng Provincial Office of the Commission was doing is to just highlight the importance of using social media, but also make people realize that social media is not some abstract or something that's existing somewhere else.
Yes.
What you post on your social media has consequences,
Okay.
and what you put out on your social media will also affect you must be responsible when you're using a social media. I think that's the first part, right?
All right, yes.
And by responsible, I mean something as simple as on Instagram or any other social media platform, when you put out your live location, sometimes we go to places and you put live location on.
Yes.
You don't know who's seen it, right?
Right.
You don't know who has access to that. So it also places your life in danger for things like human trafficking. Some people have said once someone knows where they are, they were attacked, all of those things. It's important for us to realize also that the things we post on social media affect the other person. The internet doesn't forget, right?
Yes, that's the thing.
internet doesn't forget.
It doesn't
So
forget.
it doesn't forget. So today you could be posting something thinking it's funny to call. I'm going to make an example, and this is for educational purposes.
Right.
If you're going to go on social media and call people baboons or monkeys, and you think it's a joke, historically in South Africa, that has impact, right? Because it's a racially charged thing.
Oh. So those are some of the things that we're not aware of. Okay, pardon about that. We're going to actually come back to that because this has just, it is one of the breaking stories, one of the things that are happening is around our space. And we would like to understand and know initially what it is that is actually affecting us on our side. Yes, you look at your time, it's 14 minutes, that is after 11 o'clock, and we're still at it. It is the morning highlights with Mr. Smarts, and we're still doing this, and we're making sure that everything is actually connected and it's initially for you. And with that said, we're still going to continue with the conversation. We're still going to continue with that, and we're still at it. But if you have any questions, and remember now, you can call us on 072 that is 2468983. You can call us on that number, and we're still at it. Apologies, Bongio, and we just had actually a break there. I'm not sure what happened, but it's okay. It's all good. Are you there?
Yes, I'm back.
Oh, great. Lovely, beautiful. Yes, you're explaining. I think you were talking about, you're explaining what is a social media and the dangers of using social media that we were not aware of, or maybe we're just thinking it's one of those, I'm in control. Because I like the point, the fact that you touched on that the internet doesn't forget, and especially as well as what we do on the internet, because there are a lot of things that we do thinking that, nobody's watching and nobody will find out about this and all that. And as well as you'd find that with doing that, it might put you in danger in the future. And as well as you spoke about, I think you said your location, using your location. You don't also know who's actually watching, who can interfere with your social media activities, whatever that you're doing on your phone as well. Yes, you were actually explaining that. Now, if I would like to understand, would you also, how does it impact or affect kids out there? And with that said, would you encourage children to use social media?
Okay, so I think the first part, maybe lying ngamge khona where I was
Oh,
disconnected,
yes, ma'am.
essentially, was when I was using the example of if you're gonna call a specific group derogatory names or derogatory terms, right?
Yes.
Or call certain people baboons or monkeys, etc. You know, you think it's something that is harmless, but it is actually something that can affect a particular group, especially in South Africa,
Oh,
right?
yes.
So from something as seemingly to you harmless like that, someone can come to the commission and say, I feel that I've been discriminated against or that a harmful expression has been used against me, right? So in Teganjalo, where it becomes important for us to, we don't want to police what people say, but it is important for you to know that there's a responsibility that comes with what you post, right? So if you're going to do that and affect someone else, it's very important that you know what you're putting out. The commission has access to, right?
Right.
So in terms of children or young people, we do encourage the use of social media because obviously with COVID, we know most of them are attending in school. It's a way of getting information, access to information,
Yes.
sharing information, etc. But also, it's important for us to know something as simple as taking a picture of someone. Someone needs to give you permission to do that, right?
Okay.
So you need to give consent, right?
Right.
Because we have a right to privacy.
Yes,
So you
true.
can't just share my number. You can't just share my number without asking
can't.
me first. Bongiwe. No, you can't just share my number. Uti, I know this person. No, you must get consent from me. You can't take my picture and share it and post it without me saying yes, you can.
But
you know?
anyway, it feels like it's unfair. It's being unfair. What if I wanna share your number, or maybe it's family orientated? Must I still get actually consent regarding that?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's my personal information that you are choosing to share with someone.
Yes. Oh.
You know? You see. So because it starts off as something as simple as that, you're like, we're all family.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that we're family. Ask for consent before you share someone. Because have you seen? Sometimes you're scrolling through and you're like, how this person looks familiar, not recognizing it's you on someone's status.
Yeah, it happens. Yes.
It happens. So how you feel when that happens, that someone just took a personal moment and put it on blast on social media. So it becomes important, yes, that you do that. What we're seeing in schools a lot is bullying happening online. People will say, it's just kids being kids, but it's the consequences of that is at times you have children who take their own lives based on what is being discussed on chats. They're being bullied online,
true.
So that's where we also, as the commission, want to bring parents in to say parents must be aware of what their children are consuming on social media. You can start off thinking it's YouTube Kids. There are adverts there that a child can click on and go to a website that you don't know of. You don't know the things that are being spoken on that particular website. There's been cases where people are using AI.
AI,
and,
yes.
They're using AI, and AI is convincing children to take their own lives.
Goodness.
It's things like that where it becomes very important for the commission to highlight that parents must know what their children are doing, and also just highlight that there's a responsibility that comes with using a social media. Taking a picture of your friend and sending it off, we don't know who will end up with your picture.
With the picture, that's true. Yes.
That's the scary part. We don't know, So it becomes things like that where we want to highlight to people that it's important that we use social media, but you use it in a way that is empowering instead of a way that is creating problems for you.
Okay, wonderful. Yes, it makes sense because at some stage, I remember that there are certain countries who have embarked on having restrictions when it comes to social media. I'm still basically on that point of us encouraging children to use social media. Yes, they might use it for schoolwork or for other things as well that are so key and important. But now, you find that those countries have actually done that where children under the age of 16 are actually banned, or they are banned from using your TikTok, your Instagram, your Facebook, and all that. And there are restrictions when it comes to that. But now, on our side, one would ask a question: how do we do that? How do we restrict our kids? Or is it a case of us monitoring every activity that they do on their phone? And are we really in control?
So
Yes.
I think in the context of South Africa, it becomes something that is you have a right to freedom of expression.
Yes, true.
Right? That's a right. But at the same time, your expression must not infringe on someone else's rights.
Oh, yes.
And also remember that children are minors. And so parents or guardians are the ones that are given the responsibility of ensuring that they are safe. So while they're at school, the responsibility becomes the educators. And at home, it's the guardian and the parent that has a responsibility to make sure that the children are safe and that they are not exposed. Because I think the main thing we're trying to push here is that the level of exposure at times, the things people say on platforms and do, children might not understand that this is wrong. They see it online and they think this is normal. Calling people
yes.
the K word, in the American context, they like using the N word.
The N word, yes.
You see. And then you come to South Africa, you're using the K word and someone is offended because in terms of umthetho or the law,
yes,
we both can be black, but if you're calling me the K word
The
and
K
I'm
word.
uncomfortable with it, I can take you to court, because
true.
of what you've said.
Yes.
You see. So it's important for us to always just highlight that, yes, social media has its positive uses. We are getting to know of what's happening in other countries because of the internet and social media. But if we are now going to use it in a way that is harmful to somebody else, it's a challenge. But whatever you put on social media, take it as though you're publishing it. So once you see a post, you're like, it means nothing. You like, you retweet, you reshare. That's you agreeing with the statement that's there.
It's mainly agreeing. Yes, true.
You agree
So-
to a post. So, and we've seen a lot, even on the example I normally make is that there was a trend on TikTok where people were using dance move, or they were dancing, and it was a fun thing.
Yes.
But when you look at the dancing, it's mimicking someone who's living with a disability.
Oh, I see.
Right?
Yes.
So you need to look at it in that sense. If you are the person living with a disability and your lived experience is being made a TikTok trend or a joke,
Goodness.
how would that make you feel?
Not
Right?
okay. Yes.
You see. So it's practical things like that that we're trying to bring to everyone to know. You sharing something on social media, being part of a particular trend, etc., could have or does have an impact on someone else. So we want to be responsible with what we put there. You're going to want to have a job or apply for employment in a few years' time. And when 5 years ago, you were posting saying irresponsible things.
Oh, yes. By the way,
see?
that gets checked, right? Yes, yes.
So employers, check your social media footprint.
Yes.
Right? You want to be a judge, but 2 years ago you were calling certain people animals.
Animals, yes.
How are you going to be in that career?
It simply means you're not fit to be a judge. Yeah.
You see. So
Wow.
things like that, where we're saying smaller things that look small, they have an impact. So how are you going to I remember there was, I think, a Miss South Africa or a Miss Teen who
Yes.
had to withdraw from the competition because people came back and said, oh, weren't you a bully in school?
That. I
You,
think I remember, yes.
you see, so it's just us highlighting the fact that social media is not existing in the air. So the things that you're going to have challenges with live talking to someone, you must have that mind frame as well when it comes to the use of your social media, and ensure that you are not the one who's bullying other people, who's sharing incorrect or false information on social media platforms, because you could end up harming someone else and when you were thinking it was a joke.
Yeah. So those are some of the trends, rather, that the commission has identified. Am I correct? And
Yes.
those some of the things that they've picked up on, and which come with social media and human rights. I'm glad that you've actually highlighted and mentioned some of those things. But now. The question would be now, what are the legal ramifications linked to social media usage or violations?
Okay, so depending on what you've posted or what you've put out there,
Yes.
there will then be measures that can be taken. So, for example, if you're using the K word to describe someone on social media, someone can take you to the Equality Court, right?
Oh.
And then the
Sure.
Equality Court or the Human Rights Commission, and say, so and so called me this term, and I want to lodge a complaint, right? So you can have that situation can happen. Or if the content that you are sharing is something that is criminal. So, for example, if you are seeing people fighting and you decide to take your phone and you record it, and actually, let me use the common term I use in schools, where your friends are getting dressed in the change rooms or locker rooms, they're changing or whatever. You take a picture, you share it somewhere, and these people are not dressed. You're now distributing pornography.
Oh,
right?
yes.
You're a distributor
Distributor.
of pornography now, of an underage person.
Right.
A criminal case could be opened against you for that. So when you're taking it as something simple, that, oh no, it's just I'm taking pictures of my friends while they're changing.
They're changing,
One,
yes.
you don't have consent. That's what we started off with. Consent, no, you were not given. Privacy, you've violated. Now it's distribution of pornography.
Which
criminal cases it's illegal.
It's
so
illegal,
criminal
yes.
cases can be opened against you for things like that. Even with bullying, someone can go to the police and say, I'm being harassed and bullied. And they share the information of who you are, etc. Because I also want to highlight to people that you're not anonymous online. That's the first
thing, yes.
You're not anonymous online.
Yes.
So just because you've used a fake picture or you've used a different IP address, you're able to be found because you record your phone. You not you record your SIM card.
Wow.
Right?
So,
you use the library internet that has an IP address. We can find that information.
It's easy to trace that.
The library
yes.
at a specific time. So the commission can find you, and that's not to scare people, but I just want to highlight.
Yes.
You're not as private as you might think, that you're gonna say something rude or mean, or that violates someone else's rights, and then think, they can't find me. We will find you.
Oh, are we safe?
You're protected. What you are is protected.
It's protected. Oh, great.
Yes.
Beautiful. Now, with that said, and then how do we educate people on social media? Because now there's a lot that you've said, even though maybe it's just a summary. But now, how do we do that?
I think the very first part would be having spaces like today, where we talk about it in an open platform to let people know what are the pros and cons of using social media. As the commission, we also go to schools, we go to old age homes, where we go in and explain to different peoples of what do we mean by social media. Something as simple as WhatsApp and sharing some meme that you think is funny.
Oh, yes.
It's problematic. So I think it's just starting those conversations in a platform and engaging with different people. You can also find our social media charter on, if you just Google SAHRC social media charter.
Yes.
Yes, you'll find all of the information that I was talking about now, and just keeping each other accountable. Because remember, we're not trying to police what people are saying.
Yes.
We're just trying to make sure that you are mindful before you press send. That's it. Before you press send, take a step back and be like, how would I feel, or how would my perspective be if this was said about me or someone that I care about?
Oh, anyway, that was actually enough information that we got from your side as well. And we're still going to engage about this because there are some of the things that I think we don't understand and we think we do, right? And especially you've highlighted how we are protected as a community or as the nation initially on other things that we thought people are in control of. But with that said, I would like to say thank you very much for your time and for sharing this information. And we will make sure that we get in touch with you and just to get to understand and know that, you know what, at 6 o'clock, we're switching off the phones, especially to our kids.
Yes. Thank you so much for that. And I do want to just, my parting shot to leave
Yes.
our contact information.
Yes, please.
If someone would like to know a bit more about the commission or to lay a complaint, you can call us on 011 877
877
37
37
50.
50.
That's 011 877 3750.
Yes.
They can also send us a WhatsApp on 082 059 65 6520. So that's 082 059 6520. And there you can just send us a WhatsApp. Someone from our legal team will be able to reach back to you and talk to you. You can also find us on social media. So, the minute you put in South African Human Rights Commission, we'll be there, and all our contact information will be there as well. But thank you so much for having us.
Beautiful. Thank you, and as well, embracing us with your actually information. And we will chat very soon. And it is what it is. And yes, you look at the time, it's 33 minutes after 11 o'clock. And good morning. Welcome to It Is Soweto FM.
You are listening to Soweto FM, the voice of Mzansi and abroad.
Soweto Family. Don't you dare change the channel.
Let's check in with your headlines trending this hour. Action SA confirmed the shooting of a Nigerian suspect during an anti-drug operation.